Hi, it's Paul here from Copy Cognition, and today we are going to be looking at creating custom GPTs that incorporate a API. Now, there are multiple ways that one can do this. Zapier is the one that's being pushed, um, and yes, Zapier is great, but it does cost, or can cost quite significantly. Also, you have alternatives Zapier like Make or Pabbly Connect, which are slightly less expensive and provide webhooks and APIs that you should be able to connect into uh, the GPT system. But sometimes it is better to connect directly to the API that you want to use. There are many reasons for that. One is cost, because you don't have the extra hop that is required when using Zapier or Make or Pabbly Connect or something like that. There are quite a few free API services, and in this video we're going to use a stock market API and create a small stock app which we can pull the current stock price for any particular stock that's listed, and also other information that may be available. The app itself, sorry, the API itself is on a site called Financial Modeling Prep, uh, and there's a certain amount of calls you can make for free. So it's something to look at. I'll leave the link in the description below. But the API itself is very simple and works very well with chatGTP. So let's start by creating the basic app. You've just got to tell it what you want, and ChatGPT does the work. So let's ask it this. So I'm asking it to, or telling it, we're going to create a latest stock information retrieval service that will utilize an API to pull the stock prices of individual stocks specified, as well as other pertinent information that the API can provide. As you saw, there's quite a bit. So let's see what ChatGTP will come up with. Can be a bit slower. So let's see what it's going to give it. Let's give it a market insight. That's good. That will do fine. Yeah. So I'll just put great name. Okay. It's probably going to now build me the logo or the profile picture. Has had problems doing this on some of the other ones I've done. I'll change it a bit. See if it understands what I mean by less fussy. That's better. I like that much better. Okay. Okay. Obviously we want it to be friendly. Actually, probably professional tone would be better. Okay, so it's now asked, it's decided it's happy with its professional tone. It's looking for features we might want to include. For example, it keeps going on and on at the moment. Have any special way of presenting data like charts, comparisons, understood? Professional tone again. So for part, let's consider how we might personalize the interactions. Do you envision it handling our user preferences or repeated action interactions? Should it recognize returning users to recall their previous stocks, or should it treat each interaction as independent? I think. What else? It's already answered the question for me here. But anyway, I'm going to put that in there, and we're now going to go to the configure tab. So it's now thankfully filled all the information in. I'm not worried about this for a second. What we don't want is web browsing, code interpret. We do want, because we might put some charts in later. Now here is where we add the API. Now they give us some examples here. So we have, for example, the Open API, and this is what we would. This schema is written in JSON format, and it provides the inputs that are required to pull the information from the API. Now, in this particular instance, let's just look through this one. Bit too complex for what we need, so let's just delete this bit. Back to configure, add introductions. We can just use the blank one and create our own, or what we will do is we can, this one, the weather, which is fine, path, and we've got parameters, because we need to be able to put parameters in here, because obviously we're going to be calling information on different stocks. So what I've done is paste that here and make the changes necessary. Okay, So what I've got here is I've used the weather app, and I've changed the details inside it. Instead of having locations, I've gone with paths. Now, when you look at this, it provides you, we're looking to take a full quote, I think. So here we would, I need to do this for a second. Here what you've got is the endpoint, which is, if we go back to ChatGTP, you've got here the first part of the URL up to this point, and then the path, which is the second part here. But instead of having AAPL, which is the Apple Stock Market ticker, we've put a placeholder, which in this case is written as stock title. And that's important that it's written like that, with camel case. Well, we've written it with camel case. What that means is the second word is capitalized in camel case. So, and then we've called that in the parameter. So what's happening is that when ChatGPT is going through, it's going to go through, it's going to look at the stock title, and it's going to go down into the parameters, see stock title and path. Now that will be the information that we give it inside of the, what do you call it, the window here when we actually run it. So I might say what's the price of Apple stock, or what's the price of Microsoft stock, or Google stock, or I don't know, whatever stock you can think of, and it will pull, hopefully convert that to the stock ticker symbol and pull that here. So that looks okay. So we could probably try and run this now. So let's go back. We've got that sorted. Additional settings. Okay, try here. Okay. Initially, what I'm going to do is going to ask us, is it okay to use the API? Stock it. There we go. Provided us with a stock price. Now we could probably okay. So we've got the up-to-date stock price for Apple, highs and lows. Everything that was here has been pulled. We can try a different stock of Disney. Okay, there we go. It's not provided us the price of Disney. So this seems to be working fine, and it was fairly simple to enact. Now it's providing all the same information. Now we can smarten this up. We can bring in charts and all sorts of things on top of this if we wanted to. We can also use the API to ask different questions. If when we go to this settings, we can start adding new parameters or new parts to the schema, whereby we can, so we got the first path, we could add another path section instead of looking for stock title. If you look at the other different parts, we could have pulled, for example, where we gotta go, forex prices. We could have pulled crypto prices. Commitment to trades, if you know anything about that, it's a sort of advanced purchases, I believe, forward buying. She's produced every week. Um, and so there we go. So there's hundreds of different things we can use. And with regard to various different APIs, well, let's just save this to start with because it does work. If I wanted to save it, if I'm going to save it people with the link, what's going to happen? It's going to ask me to place a privacy policy here. So I shall add the website's privacy policy. Hopefully that will be enough. Not going to make it public, but those with the link. And there we are. Market Insight works. Okay, we'll wrap it up here and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.